For today's second date, Jeff is on the phone with us. He's a Southern gentleman who just moved here. Met a girl online. They went out to dinner. Nothing really crazy about dinner. Said they had a good time. The only thing that happened, and is the reason that he thinks he's not getting a call back, is that during dinner he realized that he forgot his wallet in her car because she had to drive because his car isn't here yet. So he asked for the keys, went out to the car, grabbed his wallet, came back in and still paid for dinner. Yeah. But he thinks that that might have been kind of weird for her. It is kind of weird to be like, hey, first date, don't know you very well, but can I have your keys, please? So we're about to call her right now. Jeff, you ready to go for your second date?
I think so, yeah.
And
all right.
Why do you want to call this girl? I mean, I just think if I was new to town, I'd want to date around a little bit.
I do want to date around, but I want to see her again first. I want to follow up with her and spend a little more time with her first.
Yeah, you're not trying to fall in love with her, right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, who knows? That's kind of the whole point of dating, but I just want to see where it goes.
I guess you don't know unless you get a second date, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, well, going to call her right now, get her on the phone, and see if we can find out why she's not calling you back.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Alana, please?
Yeah, this is she.
Hey, Alana, how are you? This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning.
What, who?
Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning?
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry.
That's all right. There's a lot of people that don't know who it is. It's a radio show, a morning radio show. How you doing?
Okay.
I'm calling you because you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners, and they wanted us to get a hold of you.
Okay. What's their name?
He's a Southern gentleman who just kind of moved to town. Do you know what I'm talking about? His name is Jeff.
Yes, I do.
He actually emailed us and told us a little bit about your date and is confused as to why you're not calling him back. So he asked us to see if we could get you on the phone and find out why.
I don't know. I just didn't really work.
You didn't really work?
The whole date was just weird. There were little things that happened the whole date, and it just didn't really go well.
Okay, can you put it so that we can tell him? Can you describe in your own words the date then? Because it sounds like more happened than what he told us. Yeah.
I mean, we're just really different, really, really different. Whoa. I think during dinner, I went to use the restroom, and I got back, and I heard him pass gas.
At the table? Like, were you sitting back down, or were you just coming up to the table?
I was coming back to the table, and as I was sitting down, I definitely heard him pass gas.
Oh, bad timing.
So you were did he not notice that you were there yet, and you were walking up, and he farted?
Right, basically. He didn't say a single thing about it, and I just kind of sat there and thought, okay, well, I guess we'll just let this go.
Did you guys have that awkward moment where you both know that the other one farted and you kind of sit there in silence for a second, like, is somebody going to bring it up? And then you go,
I did, but he kind of seemed like it was totally fine.
Oh, but what is he going to say? I mean, you'd have to pretend like it didn't happen on your first date at dinner.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of tried to just forget about it, but then we get to paying for the check, and he tells me that he thinks he left his wallet in my car and whatever. I mean, I get it. Like, maybe it just fell out of his pocket or something. So I gave him my keys, and I was praying that he wasn't going to, steal my car or do anything. But he came back, and he paid for the bill, and everything, everything was fine. And then, I really thought maybe I would go out with him again. But then I got home, and I was getting my bags and everything from my car, and I realized that the change in my change box in my car was completely gone.
No way.
Wait.
So you're accusing him of stealing the change out of your car?
100%.
Oh,
no
my
Are
God.
you
100%.
Really?
I had quarters in there. I know I keep my change there as my little, thing where I just throw my change. It was completely gone.
Why
All I
would
could
you
think was
steal?
that this hillbilly from the South took my change, stole from me. So I wasn't even gonna, he tried calling me, he texted me a couple times. I did not even want to respond. I don't even want to see him again. I don't want to hear from him. I can't even believe that, the audacity he would have to call a radio station knowing that he stole from me.
Oh, man.
You said you don't want to hear from him ever again.
Never again.
Okay, well, that's going to be tough because he's actually on the other line listening.
You actually noticed the change was gone for your car?
What is going on?
That's Jeff.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Alana, it's me. It's Jeff. I've been here the whole time. I mean,
I don't want to talk to you. Like, you know what you did, and I don't want to talk to you.
Alana, don't you think you're being a little paranoid, accusing Jeff of stealing the change out of your car? I highly doubt that Jeff took the change out of your car.
I took it.
What?
You did?
You actually stole change.
Alana, just listen for a second. I mean, first off, it was a couple bucks, and it was a tip. It was a tip.
You actually stole it?
I checked my wallet. The cash was a little bit low.
This is a joke.
I needed a little extra for the tip. It was only a couple bucks. That's something I learned in the South. You tip good when you go out.
Yeah, but
Your own money.
I was going to pay it back on a second date. It totally slipped my mind to even mention
A
it.
second date? You really think I would go on a second date with you after you stole from me?
It's not stealing. I was borrowing it, and I was going to pay it back on the second date. We do that all the time in the South. It's no big deal.
you do, Jeff? Like, that's a common Southern thing to steal each other's car change and use it as a tip?
No, it ain't stealing. I'm not stealing nothing. I'm borrowing change. It's change.
Jeff,
How
it's
often do you notice change in your car?
it's
I got
only
change in my car. It's been there for a long time.
Oh my God.
count.
It's
Yeah.
only borrowing if you actually ask somebody for money and then tell them you're going to pay it back. You can't just take it.
I forgot.
Oh, my God. You know, this is just all ridiculous. Jeff, I think you're a dumb hick.
Oh!
I don't understand why we're even having this conversation. I don't have any more time for this. Our conversation's done.
That was quick.
Oh, wow.
Jeff,
Damn.
you still there, man?
I don't get it. I was going to pay her back. It was a couple bucks
Yeah, but
from a car that I was going to use for the tip.
Jeff, you should probably ask before you do that, you know?
Look, man, it was my first date with her. Yeah, I was nervous about everything else anyway, and I forgot. I forgot,
All right, well,
and
my advice to you would be next time, if you're ever in that position, don't steal somebody's cash from their car, man.
you keep saying stealing. I've heard it enough. I didn't steal nothing.
Hey, man, listen, I'm just telling you that you probably shouldn't take money from people's cars, even if it's like a Southern thing, like you said. It's definitely not done here.
Stop talking to me about all this. You DJ radio high school dropout. You don't know what the you're talking
Jeff,
about.
Oh, my God.
that's the first thing I will agree with you on. I am a radio host. I know that. Don't be so mad. I'm just trying to help you out.
Yeah, well, a lot of help you are.
Did that just really happen?
We just got hung up on twice,
Wow.
which is impressive. And
Not
that
bad.
might be a first time for that.
I didn't even get to ask if they wanted to go on a second date.
But
I guess I'll have to email them. See if I can get them to go out again. Well, I do declare I'm excited about today's second date.
You're a Southern woman?
We have a bona fide Southern gentleman on the phone, and I can't wait to talk to him. His name is Jeffrey, most likely Jeffrey Beauregard. That's what I would think. His email said that he just moved to town from the South and is having trouble meeting ladies and finally found a date, and now she's not calling him back. Jeffrey, I say that is a travesty that would happen to you.
Well, I got to agree with you, ma'am.
Oh my God, he's actually batting his eyelashes at you right now, Jeffrey. You better be careful. He may drop a white glove on the ground any moment.
Well, I got to tell you something. Where I'm from in the South, there ain't any women who talk like him or look like him anymore. So,
Way to just dash my dreams, Jeff. How you doing, man? Thanks for your email.
I guess I'm doing okay, all things considered, except for this girl not calling me back. That's why I'm here.
How long you been in town?
Yeah, I've been here for a little over a month now, and I actually move around for work a lot. I've been all over the South, and I'm kind of starting something new in here in the area, and so I like my morning shows. I'm trying to meet people and do stuff like that. So I heard you guys, and Jubal maybe was that inherent Southern charm you had in there. That was,
Well, I do tend to connect with my Southern gentlemen, don't I? Tell us a little bit about the girl that you want to call today.
her name's Alana, and I think this story is it's just sort of typical, I guess. We went out to a restaurant on a date. We met online because I'm new. I don't know anybody in this area, so I was going online, and so went out to a restaurant. Now she had to drive. Sort of a long story. My car is actually being shipped.
Okay.
I'm not going to go into all that, but
When you say car, I'm assuming you mean jacked up truck, right?
that's how it is in the South. We all got trucks.
And had you online dated when you lived in the South, or is this your first go round?
I've done a little bit before, nothing
Okay.
too serious. Just this is it's a little embarrassing because I don't have my car, and
Yeah.
I'm not usually the one that the girl has to come pick up. That's a little embarrassing for me, but she was cool. It didn't seem to matter to her.
You know what? No matter how progressive you think, it's always kind of weird whenever you're going out on a date. As a guy, you just feel like you should be the one picking them up.
Absolutely.
And I've gone on a couple dates like that when my car was in the shop or whatever. I was like, yeah, you want to go out? And she's like, sure. And I was like, well, you got to come pick me up. It's always kind of an awkward conversation for some reason.
Yeah, that's kind of how it felt.
Did you make her get out of the driver's seat just so you could open the door for her?
No, I didn't do no. I know where I am. I didn't try any of that stuff. So, but I think I know why she's not calling me back. We went to dinner. It was fine. We talked, had a good time, but I didn't have my wallet on me. I realized it fell out in the car. So at the end of dinner, when I realized I was going to pay, because I at least do that much, and I realized my wallet had fallen out. So I asked for her keys to go look back in her car, and she kind of looked at me nervously, gave me the keys.
She probably thought you were about to steal her car. Because you read a lot of these news stories about people who go out on online dates that end up stealing somebody's car on a first date.
Oh, no, I've never read about that before. Is that a thing people do?
Oh, yeah, it is, dude. Go ahead and Google it. There's stories about it all the time.
I'm sure she just thought you were cheap, not that you were going to steal her car.
Yeah, I mean, we've been making jokes about how I was a fish out of water all night, so, maybe she was thinking I was some weird serial killer car thief person.
Yeah, I mean, it seems convenient when you're at dinner and you're like, oh, man, I left my wallet in your car. Can I borrow your keys, please? I'll be right back, I swear.
Yeah, that's exactly why I think she might not be calling me back. But I found my wallet pretty quick, came back, and I paid. And so after that, of course, she drove me home. That's weird again.
That's even weirder.
At the end, we shook hands.
Ooh.
It was the first date. I didn't want to kiss her, not on a first date. That's not how I was raised.
So can I ask you, did you offer your hand first, or did she offer the handshake?
I think I offered mine. Yeah, I offered mine first.
Okay.
That's weird.
Put her there.
So, at the end of the night, I just leaned over, shook her hand, and she smiled, and I was like, I think I said something like, this was a nice time, and I think, if you'll be hearing from me again, I hope I see you soon. Something like that.
And what was her response to that?
She said she had a fun time, and I said, can I call you again? And she said, sure.
And did you call her again?
I've only called once. I have texted like 3 or 4 times. It's a little confusing because I know it was a little crazy asking for her keys and like that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But I came back. I didn't steal her car. I didn't do nothing like that. And she said she had a lot of fun. So I'm just confused.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, and then find out if you got a second date or if you get ditched.
All right. Thank you.
All right, man, hold on.
Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Not many people know this, but before I got into radio, I was a pilot.
What?
And
No, you were.
the airlines and the airport was some of the best places to meet women. You know what I mean?
What are you talking
cleaning house. Think Leo DiCaprio in that movie,
Catch Me
If You Can. Walking with all the ladies on his arm, strutting through the airport. That was me back when I was a pilot. And you could just get chicks left and right at the airport, you know. And then 9/11 happened and all those security things. And now it's harder to get girls. And then I left being a pilot and decided to go into radio. And now I'm here, you know. And that's where the girl that's on the phone today to do a second date update met the guy that she wants us to call. She met him at the airport. Was he a pilot, Marianne?
No, not a pilot like you.
All right. Well, I just wondered, you know.
Poor guy.
I like to catch up on my old pilot buddies and see how they're doing. Now, your email said that you met a dude at the airport. How did that whole thing happen?
Yeah, I was taking a flight out, visiting a friend, and I got to the airport pretty early and, you know, doing the normal, kind of just walking around, and I was killing time going to different stores and reading magazines, and I left a store, and I was kind of walking out of it, and then this guy called and kind of yelled at me and told me to stop. So I turned around, and he said, "I'm so embarrassed, but I think you actually took my book bag." And
Oh, so you tried to steal his luggage.
I mean, they looked pretty similar.
Which,
Yeah,
by the way,
sure.
Marianne, is a great way to get somebody to talk to you. Nice move. Anytime I steal somebody's property, they always feel the need to say something to me.
You know, I'm always thinking about it. So he ended up having my bag, and of course, he pulls out of my bag 50 Shades of Grey, the book.
Oh, no. Embarrassing.
Oh, do you mean before he gave it to you?
Yeah, I guess that's how he was saying that he had the wrong bag, and I had the wrong bag.
He went to check it and then found a copy of 50 Shades of Grey and there was like, I don't think I've been reading this. I think that chick took
so
my bag.
naturally, I mean, of course, you can imagine how embarrassed I was.
Yeah.
Of all books.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like it. It's great reading on the plane.
You don't need to. You don't need to explain it. Yeah.
All right, you get it.
At that point, he was like, I need to ask this chick on a date. So,
Well, so I told him how embarrassed I was, and I said sorry and everything. And then that's when he kind of asked me if I had time to get a drink before the flight. So we did, and we grabbed a drink. We had a great conversation. We were with each other for a good 20 to 30 minutes.
So this was like an airport date?
I mean, that's what I can't quite figure it out. I mean, I've been thinking about him ever since, but I can't figure out if it was a date or if it wasn't a date. And he did pay for my drink.
okay.
So,
That's good.
I mean,
So it seems like he was definitely interested in you.
yeah, and, you know, our conversation went really well, and we separated and went our different ways. And when I got on the plane, before we took off, I texted him, and I said, "Thanks again for the drink. Sorry for the mix-up." And he wrote me back, "Don't worry about it. Great meeting you. Have a safe flight."
Did you guys make any plans for the future, though, at all?
No, that was it. So that's the last I've heard from him. But, you know, during our conversation, we found out that we were both from Seattle. So I know that we're from the same area, you know, and that's why I'm kind of wondering why he hasn't called me or texted me. And I listened to your show, Second Date Update, and I just figured maybe I'd see if you guys could set it up for me.
Yeah.
Can I ask, when you guys exchanged numbers, what did he ask for your number, and was there a purpose for it?
Yeah, he did. He asked for my number, which, again, is why I'm kind of surprised that, you know, in my eyes, I would see it maybe as him being the one to want to, like, initiate getting together back in Seattle, but that's kind of why I haven't said anything to him.
Yeah.
Maybe he's waiting for me to
Yeah,
be
but-
the one to reach out. I just don't know.
To me, it's kind of weird because his last text to you didn't say, like, hey, great meeting you. Can't wait to see you back in
See you
town.
again. Exactly. No, it didn't.
So it kind of sounds like yeah, it was cool meeting you. I'll never see you again.
It also didn't say, like, have a good life, you know?
Yeah,
so
but
it's still like...
Why would you exchange numbers if it was just going to be a quick drink to, like, waste time at the airport? That's what I don't get. Did he say anything else like, hey, I'm dating, I'm single, I'm looking?
I did find out that he was single.
That's
Okay.
good.
We didn't talk much about what his dating life currently is like, but I did find out that he's single. You know, I just felt like it was kind of a chance meeting, and that there was, you know, there's a reason why we had that interaction, and I just think it'd be important to try to see each other again and see if there's something more.
So all we know about this guy is that you two have similar tastes in luggage. And that he's from the same city as you. And that you guys shared a drink for a few minutes at the airport.
Yep.
Sounds like
And
love
his
to me.
name is Andy.
And his name is Andy. All right, sounds like an awesome dude. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update. Okay?
Awesome.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Marianne is on the phone and she wants us to call a guy named Andy today. They met at the airport, spent about 20 minutes with each other before getting on a flight, and that's the last she's heard from him. Marianne, I don't want to be a downer, okay? I don't want to start this off on a negative note, but I think I know the only reason that he's not calling you back.
Really?
Why?
Plane crash.
No!
I think it's obvious.
Because
I think it's obvious. I mean, you guys met at the airport, you hung out for a while, everything seemed to go great, even sent you a text message after you guys talked and said it was great meeting you, and then you haven't heard a word. Have you at least checked into it?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't heard of any plane crashes anytime soon.
All right.
I mean, I get it. We're only really together for 20 minutes, and it is kind of taking a risk, I guess. But I don't know. I thought that we really had a spark or something, and we just had a great conversation. So it just kind of really was weird to me that he just wouldn't even contact me again. So I figured, why not try?
I'm actually really interested to see if we can get him on the phone because we don't know much about this guy other than his name and that you guys met at the airport when you accidentally grabbed his bag and then had drinks for a few minutes.
And that he could be fighting for his life somewhere since his plane went down.
It's true. Okay, so I'm going to dial the phone number right now, see if we can get him on the phone and get your second date update. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Andy, please?
this is Andy.
Hey, Andy, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
From where?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show?
I don't know what that means.
That means that you are on the radio with us this morning. My name is Jubal, and the reason that I'm calling you is you recently went out on sort of a date with one of our listeners, and they were hoping to reconnect with you, but they haven't heard anything from you since you guys first met.
Okay.
Her name is Marianne,
Oh my God.
and
Really?
you met Marianne at the airport a little while ago.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, she told us a little bit about your experience, how you met her because she accidentally grabbed your bag, and then you guys ended up hanging out for a little while having drinks, and then had to go to your flights.
Yeah.
Well, Marianne is wondering why you haven't tried to call her to get a date.
Okay.
Do you mind telling us why?
So, yeah, she was great. And it was weird, meeting her in the airport. And we talked for a little bit, and I don't know, it was good.
So you liked her and you enjoyed your conversation with her.
I did.
Okay. She felt the same way. She thought you guys had a great meeting and was excited when you texted her back before your flight. But she's confused why you haven't even tried to call her to ask for a date.
So, I don't know if she told you, but when we first met, we just kind of hit it off, and we kind of skipped the name part. We were just talking, and then at the end of it, when I found out that we lived in the same area, and I was asking for her number, I realized that I didn't know her name. And it was really embarrassing, and she was really cute about it. But that's when I found out that her name was Marianne.
And that's a problem for you?
Why would that be an issue?
No, I mean, it's not normally an issue. It's just, I just got out of a relationship. And it was like 4 years long, and her name was Marianne.
Okay.
That's kind of
So
weird.
she has the same name as your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. She has
All
the
right.
same name.
And you feel like that's too hard for you to get over that?
I mean, it's weird, but also, I don't know. It sounds stupid talking about it, but
I don't know.
know.
I think I get where you're coming from, Andy.
Yeah.
If I just got out of a relationship and somebody had the same name as my ex-girl. Look, I once dated a girl named Debbie. My mom's name is Debbie.
Oh,
right?
I could never do that.
I actually thought it was funny, and that's why I kept dating her. But most of my friends were like, dude, that's weird. I wouldn't want to
Yeah.
date some chick with my mom's name. So
Oh, what bad time.
I guess I get where you're coming from.
It's that, and like I don't want to tell my friends that I'm dating another Marianne, and I don't want to tell my mom that I'm dating another Marianne.
Just bring up all those old
If it's like a couple Mariannes removed, maybe that's different. But if it's like right after a Marianne, everybody that you meet is going to be like, oh, hey, how are things with Marianne? Good. Which one are you talking about?
We broke up,
Marianne
but we're still
1 or Marianne 2?
But couldn't you just shorten her name and call her Mary and then just solve all your problems?
I didn't really think of that, but
Or just Marianne 2.0. There's all kinds of stuff you could do. So you liked her other than the fact that she's named after your ex-girlfriend?
I didn't really know her for all that long. You know, we only just talked for those 20 minutes, but there was a spark. There was definitely some potential there.
Don't you wish you could have a few more minutes just to talk to her to see how you really feel about her?
That would be nice, yeah.
Okay, well, cool, because she's actually on the other line listening.
No way.
Yeah, she is.
Hi, Andy.
Hey. What's up?
Sorry to do this to you. God, I had no idea. I mean, I wish you would have said something, I guess, and what a coincidence.
Yeah, right? It was a little weird when I found out.
So you were with the first Marianne for 4 years?
Yeah.
Why? And it was, what happened?
I mean, again, it's kind of weird talking about it on the air. She cheated on me, so did not end well.
Ouch.
Mariannes are notorious cheaters, aren't they, Marianne?
Hey, that's not fair.
How do you feel, though, Marianne? Like, okay, so Andy wasn't calling you back because your name kind of scared him off a little bit. How does that make you feel?
I mean, I gotta say, that's a first for me.
Well, and if you think about it, he's never going to call you the wrong name, ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of weird. I wouldn't want him to think of the other girl every time he said my name. I don't know, but Andy, I don't think that should be what's stopping you. It seems a little bit sad to just kind of throw away what could be a great opportunity just because of something that is out of my control in a way.
I mean, it is a little weird, and you have to look at it from my perspective. If we did go on a date and something did come about it, then I'm dating someone who had the same name as the girl before, and therefore all my coworkers, all my friends, it certainly complicates things, if you understand what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, I don't really quite understand what the problem is. It's not like we're getting married right now. We would just be going on one date. You wouldn't need to tell anyone. You don't need to tell your family or your coworkers, and I wouldn't tell anyone. And if it went any further, we would go from there.
You can just keep it a secret until you maybe learn that you really, really like Marianne and you're willing to take the plunge and date her, and then you can tell people about her. Andy, would you like to go out on a second date with Marianne? I will pay for it.
I don't know, man. It's just, it seems like a really good idea now, but I know that if things did kick off, it could just cause so many issues in the future.
But look
Oh
at
my
it
gosh.
this way. You've already been on a lot of dates with Marianne before. This is just be like one more date with Marianne, and then you can decide if you want to continue that or not.
Yeah, there is a lot of emotional baggage behind all of those dates with the other Marianne, though. You know what I mean?
And,
Yeah.
I mean, not to hinder your response here, but I can't imagine when your ex finds out about this. He is so not over me. I mean, that's what she's going to think. I'm sorry, Marianne. I don't mean to.
Yeah, we're trying to help her
I
out
know,
here.
I know.
I mean, guys, come on here. I don't know. Look, this is all a surprise to me. If it's going to be too hard for you, I don't want you to, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. I would never want that. You'd have to be able to get over it. So if you're not going to be able to, then I guess it's not worth it.
Andy, let me ask you this. Is the Marianne that's on the phone right now hotter than the last Marianne?
Oh, good question.
Yes.
Yeah,
Then
there's your answer.
there you go. Because you bring the whole ex-girlfriend thing, it doesn't matter. You got a Marianne upgrade, son.
Yeah, you could definitely spin it that way.
So will you go out with the hotter Marianne?
I'll give it a shot. Yeah, why not?
Yes! Yes.
All right. Congratulations, Marianne. You got your second date.
Awesome. I mean, I won't let you down, and I'll even let you call me by my middle name if you want.
What is your middle name?
Elizabeth.
He's like, oh, man, that was like 4 girlfriends ago. Congratulations, you guys.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
On the phone today, we got a guy named Paul who's not getting a call back after his date. And his email says that he took a woman to the zoo
Oh, that's a cute date.
for
I
their
like
date.
that.
Paul, before we get into the second date update, I just want to check with you. She's of age, correct?
Oh my God.
Yeah. What's up, guys?
Okay, I'm just making sure, Paul.
Yeah, she's totally legal, man.
Okay, cool. I
Okay.
just don't know a lot of full-grown adults just going to the zoo, but whatever. First of all, where'd you meet her, Paul?
I met her at a special place called Tinder.
Oh, okay. I'm already going to give you props for coming up with a creative date idea off of a Tinder date.
Yeah, that's how you do it. You've got the animals going, puts you in the mood.
I don't know.
Okay,
I
now
don't know
this
about all that.
took a dark turn.
Yeah, you guys know what I mean. Animals. You got the monkey house. You got, sometimes you come across a couple bears and they're doing their thing, and you just kind of give them a little nudge and you just kind of, do a wink. And
Throw a little wink to the bear like, yeah, you know what I'm doing here, man. Come over here, smile for us. Maybe you can get me lucky later.
So what was it like seeing your Tinder date for the first time?
First good sign, right, is we meet up and she looks better than her pictures.
Oh, cool.
Because I've been in a couple of these things and, you come across and it's like they're either heavier or they got, like, bad hair, and it's kind of a bummer.
Bad hair, huh?
Guy.
I like hair, it's long, it smells good, you can play with it.
Right.
I'm all about, it's the animal thing. I don't know. It's just,
Okay, I'm scared to be with you at the zoo if I'm her.
Yeah.
oh, no, you shouldn't be scared. It's all good.
Okay. All right.
Wait,
You've convinced me.
There we go.
did she seem pleasantly surprised by you when she first saw you?
I think so. I try to keep an honest appearance on Tinder, The only thing I can maybe is like, so my friends call me Dumps.
Dumps?
Dumps?
Yeah, Dumps. And I'm a sanitation man. Don't call me garbage man. Sanitation man.
Okay.
All right.
Sanitation
Yeah.
professional.
So Dumps is your nickname?
Yeah, Dumps is my nickname. And, sometimes I'm like a little bit, I hope I didn't smell. I was working earlier, in the morning. So, but I think I was all good. That's the only thing I can really think of in terms of my appearance.
Oh, dude.
Oh my God, I don't feel like you should be the judge on what you smell like.
Yeah, you can't even smell it anymore.
Right.
then.
I keep a lot of car air fresheners in my car, so,
Oh, that's
I try
All right.
to...
So tell us about your date at the zoo. How was it?
I mean, we had a really good time overall. What she wanted to see and what I wanted to see matched up pretty well. And I have like an odd taste, with animals. Like we went to the snake house.
All right. So you like the snakes?
Yeah, I like the snakes. She liked the snakes.
Nice.
That was
Oh, okay.
fun. We slithered through there. Then we went over to the. You guys know those what are they called? The Chupacabra.
Yeah, those are-
Capybara.
Oh, capybara.
They're like the big rats. Those big rat things.
Yeah. Well, I don't like to call them rats, but yeah, they're big and they're just weird and they're crawling around and I think she liked that one too. I think like she was into it.
All right. So you
Yeah,
wowed her
wait.
with your unusual animal choices at the zoo.
Yeah, I was saving the big thing for last. We were gonna go see the sloth. 'Cause,
Oh,
I mean,
who doesn't love the sloth?
Dude, super cute.
right? They're so cute. And they're just like chilling about, and they're furry and all that. And that was like that was gonna be my big finish.
That was your big dismount to the date?
Yeah.
Go check out the
Yeah.
sloth? Okay.
But the thing is, like, we get there and they closed it off for like,
Oh.
for the next couple hours. And I tried talking to the guy that was like, because they closed it off. So I found this dude that was working there, and he said they're feeding them.
Okay.
Oh, that would have been so awesome to see.
Exactly. That's what I was telling him, and, I got a little worked up probably.
What do you mean worked up? Are you like yelling at the dude because the sloth exhibit is closed?
I don't know about yelling, but I definitely made him feel really bad for not letting us in.
All right, so you were kind of being a jerk, it sounds like.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought I was being the good guy there because, I have a date with me. I even offered him some money. I thought we could get in there on the sly.
Wow.
Watch them feed.
It's like you're at a fancy restaurant trying to get that window table.
Yeah, exactly. But the guy was all not about that. He was like, he's gonna lose his job or something. I don't know, man. I think it's a big con. They lure you into these zoos, these sloths, and then they just break your heart.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now that, 99% sure that yelling at the sloth dude is probably the reason you're not getting a call back.
Yeah, well, it's their fault, man.
No matter what.
I just think that I think we finished it off pretty well, though. We kind of gathered ourselves, and it was closing down, and she just didn't really seem like she wanted to be in the zoo anymore. I thought, all right, because the sloths were supposed to kind of chill us out. My plan was sloths, then go to my car, listen to some tunes,
Yeah, I see what you're saying. You see all the other exciting stuff. You go chill with the sloth that mellows you out. You go back to your car, listen to some jazz or something. I don't know.
Yeah, roll the seats back a little bit,
What?
Okay.
Are you kidding? She's not in high school anymore. You confirmed that at the beginning of this. No one wants to make out in your car, man.
Well, okay, but it was pretty nice. We listened to some jams, and we didn't really kiss or anything because I didn't really want to make that move. I was still a little. I was trying to hang.
Yeah, well, you want to seem respectful too. It's a first date. Maybe you don't want to rush in. You've already done a lot.
Yeah. And then, then she wanted to go back to her car, so I let her out, and,
You let her out? You didn't have her locked up inside of your car, did you?
No, I didn't lock her up. I mean, our doors were locked, but she could have left. I wasn't, keeping her in there.
Okay.
And I got to say, I can't believe she got in the car to begin with. So maybe you were doing something more right than I'm giving you. I'm serious. After a guy yelled and smells bad, I wouldn't get in the car. So you may have been doing something more right than I expected.
I think so, too. Yeah, don't underestimate me. That's not my first rodeo. I have taken a girl to a rodeo before. That was very good.
All right, well, we'll maybe get into that another time. But right now, let's handle this date, okay? What's her name?
Her name's Heather.
Heather. Okay, we'll play a song, come back, and call Heather and get your second date update, all right?
All right.
All right, man, hang on.
Thank you.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Dumps is on the phone with us. His real name is Paul. His nickname is Dumps because he works sanitation, and he's not getting a call back today from a girl named Heather who he took to the zoo. Now, in the interest of saving time, I won't go over the list of things he thinks went wrong on his date because there's a lot to it. Am I right, Dumps?
I mean, two things we nailed down, but yeah.
Two things nailed down.
I mean, I know that I probably should not have yelled at the sloth guy.
Yeah, if you missed it. One thing on Paul's date, he got very upset because the sloth exhibit was closed, so he caused a scene by arguing with one of the employees and trying to get it opened back up so he could show his date the sloth.
I thought it would have been classy, but see them.
I agree. A sloth is a classy animal, and it would have been nice for you to share that with her.
Yeah.
Did she want to see the sloth, or did you?
Who doesn't want to see a sloth?
Right, yeah.
See?
Good point.
This guy.
Yeah, there it is.
Well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now, see if we can get her on the phone, and find out why she's not calling you back, okay?
All right, cool.
All right, here we go, man.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Heather, please?
Yes, this is me.
Hey, Heather, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Oh, my God.
What's up?
So you listen.
Is this about dumps?
Whoa.
Yes,
You
it
listen
is
a lot.
about dumps.
I had a feeling you guys would be calling, considering he told me that if I didn't answer his text messages, he was going to contact you guys.
Shut
Oh,
up.
wow, are you serious?
He threatened a second date update on you?
That's a first.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, Then I guess you were prepared for this phone call.
Wow.
Yeah.
We talked to Dumps a little bit about your date, and yeah, he's wondering why you don't want to see him again.
I mean, where do you want me to begin?
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Let's start here. What has he told you?
Well, he told us that you guys met on Tinder and that he took you to the zoo.
Yeah, that was the only good part of the date.
That was it?
Like going to the zoo, or just the idea of going to the zoo?
No, I liked the idea of going to the zoo, but I mean, did he tell you his fascination with snakes?
Mm-hmm.
He told us that he liked the snakes a lot, yeah. I mean, it sounds like he likes every animal at the zoo.
Totally.
Really.
Well, I mean, specifically with the snakes, other than the awkward jokes he kept making about the sizes of snakes, he was banging on glass, yelling, "Wake up, snake!"
Yeah. He painted it as a joint passion that you both shared.
Yeah, I love animals, don't get me wrong, but I'm definitely not as big on like mating with rituals and weird conversation he apparently likes to have. Did he tell you that he got in an argument while we were at the zoo?
Yeah. He told us that you guys went to the sloth exhibit and it wasn't open, and so he complained and maybe made a scene.
Maybe made a scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He threatened to fight the guy.
What?
Really?
Because they closed down the exhibit for the sloths?
Yes, and it wasn't like it was closed for the rest of the night. I mean, it was just simply closed for that time period, and he threatened to fight him. I mean, I walked away.
Yeah, I don't blame you. But, I mean, here's the thing for me. Like, that sounds awful, but then he said that you got into his car and listened to music with him.
I met him there, and I had to park pretty far away because it was crowded. So the only reason I got in his car is because he offered to take me to my car, and it was late at night. It was dark outside.
Oh, all right. So you weren't like, "Hey, mister, let's sit in your car for a little while. I'd love that."
No, I had no idea that getting a ride to my car was going to entail sitting in his car while he awkwardly played what he called chill music.
I'm guessing it wasn't chill by your description?
Absolutely not. I mean, I don't even know what to call it. I don't know. He asked me if I wanted to hear the greatest hits, and then he put on his own band.
Whoa, he has a band too? He didn't tell us that.
Well,
yeah, he said they were taking a hiatus, but this supposedly was his greatest hit.
Oh, he's got a band that already has a greatest hits album.
Compilation album.
Yeah.
Apparently.
How would you describe his music? Just wondering.
Honestly, I'd probably compare his band to that of his nickname and job.
Dumps?
Just garbage.
Just bad, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to be honest, I really couldn't wait to get out of there. It's the worst date I've ever had.
Wow. The worst date ever.
Yeah.
Number one.
But memorable.
Oh, it's definitely a story for the book.
Hey, Heather, I bet you he'd be excited to know that he left a mark in your dating life, because he's actually on the other line listening right now and wants to talk to you.
I had a feeling that's how this was going to go.
Heather, what's up, baby?
Baby.
Dumps, why are you doing this?
Because I told you that if you don't get back to me, I would have to bring in some reinforcements to help me out here. Because what's up? I thought we had a good time.
Normal people don't do that.
Yes, they do. There's a lot of normal people that do this.
Yeah,
There was a reason I wasn't replying. You knew this.
Well,
you knew our date did not go well.
I thought it went really well. And a lot of what you're telling me has been a surprise because, first of all, I thought my jokes were hilarious. You were laughing at them.
You kept winking at me after every joke.
Well, yeah, I winked at you, so you know when the joke's done, so you know when to laugh. I was making it easier for you.
Honestly, your jokes were painful.
Well, that hurts. I'll say that.
All right, so she didn't like your sense of humor, Dumps.
Yeah, man.
But what about, I thought I proved myself out there for you. I thought you'd be proud of me standing up for you, trying to see the sloths. I know you love sloths.
Because you threatened to beat up a zookeeper, you want me to be proud of you?
I'd beat up any zookeeper for you, Heather.
He was doing his job. He was feeding the animals. That's normal.
And I was doing my job of trying to get you into the sloth cage. And you love the sloth.
I don't care. It's just a sloth.
What do you mean it's just a sloth? Like when we first got there, you kept talking about the sloth. In the snake cage, you were talking about the sloth. In the capybara, you were talking about. sloth.
No, I wasn't. Just drop the sloth, okay? Stop talking about sloth.
But they're so damn cute.
It is true, Heather.
But Dubs, I feel like you're not listening to anything she's saying. Like, you're arguing every point of how miserable she was. She knows how she feels.
Yeah.
Look, guys, she's just lying to you. She loved the sloth, or she would have loved the sloth, but she's just in denial about it.
The date was a disaster. Nobody is lying. I am trying to be honest with you.
Whatever, Heather. I promise you, if you go on another date with me, I'm going to get us into the sloth cage.
Wow. Heather, what do you think about that? Would you like a second date with Paul? We'll pay for it.
Hey,
We'll
man.
pay for your entry into the zoo. Maybe you can see the sloths this time.
It's going to be hard to turn down.
No, I don't want to see dumps. I don't want to see sloths. I don't want to go to the zoo. I'm sorry.
What about the aquarium?
Don't.
The aquarium. Heather, that's on the table now, too, the aquarium.
Sea otters?
No, thank you.
Dude, Heather's going to be the only person on the planet after all this that hates sloths.
Are we done here? I'm sorry. This has just been a huge waste of time for me.
Yeah, we're done. I'm sorry, Dumps. No date.
Oh, it's all right, man. I mean, this is just gonna fuel my music. That's really where my heart's at right now.
All right. Hey,
Yeah.
you know what, dude? Send me a demo of the music you were showing her. I can put it on the radio. I'll give it to my program director here. And then I'll actually give you his cell phone number, and you can call him about your music.
Such an a-hole.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, it has real good, like, Icelandic vibe, you know?
Yeah,
All
that's what we're looking for.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, where do these women meet these creepy dudes? I don't know if he's that creepy. I'm talking about today's second date update, but definitely he's an eccentric dude.
Interesting.
I would call him dumb.
In case you missed it. Paul wanted to call a girl named Heather. Paul goes by the nickname Dumps because he works in sanitation. That's what his buddies call him. They went to the zoo, and he was curious why she wasn't calling back. When they were at the zoo, he actually attempted to fight one of the employees because the sloth was feeding at the time they went to go check out the sloth, and it was really important to him that they see the sloth. Actually, he thought it was really important to her, but it wasn't that important.
Not at all.
And then they ended the date by sitting in his car and listening to music from his own band.
Yeah.
Even though she didn't even want to be sitting in his car, he was like, I'll give you a ride to your car since you're on the other side of the parking lot. And they just sat there
Now that you're here.
listening to his music. So, yeah, she just thought Dumps was an all-around weird guy and didn't want to go out with him again.
I do like that he thought that the zookeeper would be like, oh, you're on a first date and you're upset about the sloth exhibit?
Yeah.
Let me hold off on their feeding for you.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
You just tried to punch me? Oh, come see all the
yeah.
sloths.
You guys want to come back
Behind the
here? Yeah, you can feed the sloth if you want. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Sometimes it's possible that you can end up on a date that you never even meant to have happen. You know?
Okay.
Like 1 second, you think you're just having a good time out with friends.
Yeah.
And you turn around and boom, suddenly it's a date.
That actually happened to my girlfriend, and she ended up marrying the guy. I swear to God, she called me the next day, and she's like, Brooke, I think I was on a date with Alejandro last night, but I'm not sure.
That's actually how Brooke tricked her husband into a marriage. She's like, here, put on this tux and hold these flowers. It'll be fun. And then next thing he knows, boom, he's riding a camel. He's saying, I do, signing legal documents.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
People don't understand the camel. He did ride a camel.
It's a real thing.
Every groom needs an entrance, just like a bride.
Sure,
Okay.
okay. Well, something similar happened with one of our listeners named Penny. She says she went out on a date that she never intended on having. But I guess she had a pretty good time because she's reached out to us for help. So let's find out more about it.
Good, pleasant surprise.
Hey, Penny, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing good.
I love these stories because, I don't know, it's just one of those things. It's like when you least expect it, it happens, you know? And this is when it's actually true and not just annoying advice from your friends that are in a relationship.
So what's the name of the guy that you met?
His name is Wes.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Said it in a way that you really like Wes.
I do. I do like Wes.
How'd you meet him?
I met him on a dating app, which, normal, right? But
Oh.
here's the thing, like, my friends and I, we made a fake profile
Like, the picture was me. We weren't catfishing, but, like, we made my bio, like, as ridiculous as possible, right?
Oh, I've heard of this.
Oh.
Like where it's
So
like you're
stupid.
almost just being funny the whole time and sarcastic.
And to see if you match with anyone.
What were some of the examples?
For example, like, we had, must like music about chickens.
About
Chickens.
Chicken dance?
Okay. I can't think of a lot of those songs.
Me neither.
Yeah, very niche, right? And then, like, we had into extreme ironing.
Extreme ironing.
So, like, ironing while you're, like, rock climbing.
Oh,
Just
okay.
ridiculous, right? So,
I've never even
I mean,
heard
yeah,
of
if
that.
I'm a
It's
single
pretty
guy.
funny.
Sure, but if I'm a single guy, I'm swiping left on that account.
Yeah.
You're not.
I mean, if you're actually looking for a relationship, unless you see it and you're like, actually, this girl doesn't take herself too seriously and she's pretty funny.
Maybe, yeah, if you get the joke.
Or there's that one guy that just loves chicken songs out there, and he's like, "Oh, my soulmate."
He's like,
Maybe that's who Wes was.
Maybe.
Chicken guy.
exactly. Well, so that's the thing. I didn't expect anyone to match with me.
Yeah.
Wes matched with me.
Oh.
And, like, he seemed really cool. So, you know, like, he asked me out on a date. And it was actually a really cool date. We went horseback riding.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
wow.
he's stuck with the farm animal theme
Yeah.
that you had set up.
Did you do any extreme ironing on the horse?
No, nothing like that happened. But something concerning the horse happened.
Oh. What does that mean?
Yeah, so it was going well. Some good banter, good conversation, right? And then all of a sudden, slowly, like, the horse wasn't, like, galloping or anything, but he just kind of fell off the horse.
Oh my God.
You can, like, break bones doing that.
You can break your spirit doing that on a first date. That is so embarrassing.
Oh my God.
Date.
What did you do?
Well, so, you know, of course, I'm like, are you okay? Do you need help? And he was like, oh, no, I'm fine. It was a pretty, like, slow fall, and he
Slow fall.
got back on the horse.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
look at that. The saying's true.
There it is.
Look at that.
Exactly.
So did he make fun of himself or was he humiliated?
Oh, no, he just kind of, like, laughed a little bit. Yeah, he was like, oh, time to get back on the horse.
Okay.
Okay.
So he found the lightness in the situation.
Thankfully.
Yeah, no, it ended up not being a big deal.
Okay. What happened after that?
So we finished our date, and he drove me home, and he, like, gave me a kiss at the end of the night, which was
Aw.
great. Like, I thought we had a good date. So we text a little bit, but it's not a lot. And, like, he hasn't called me or anything, and I can just tell something is not the same, just in the way that we're interacting. So that's why I called you guys.
Oh, the vibes off.
Dating now is terrible. Like, you had a perfect time. He kissed you. Like, what more else could you want? And then you still aren't getting a call back.
Little chicken dance action. Didn't hear about that.
Exactly.
So, I mean, you've had some time to think about this since your date. What's going on in your head? What do you think may have gone wrong?
I mean, all I can really think of is maybe he was just really playing it cool with the horse thing, and he's really, like, embarrassed about it. Or maybe he really loves niche chicken music, and the fact that I didn't bring it up during the date. Maybe that's the deal breaker. I don't know.
That would be amazing if that was it.
Is there any chance that when he fell off the horse, it was because you pushed him off?
No!
Wow.
No, I was not even close enough to him.
I mean, if you could produce any tapes to verify if that's true.
Come on. Come on.
I'm just saying crazier things have happened on these second dates.
Okay, that's fair. But when I carry around a camcorder, I'm taping him. Come on.
Yeah, that'd be creepy.
You could shoot video on your phone nowadays.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Brooke knows that.
just saying.
She's like, do I need to get a boomstick
Yeah.
and a full studio
It
here?
couldn't hurt. But anyway,
Exactly. I have my boom guy behind me. He's actually the one who pushed him, so.
well, let's try and get to the bottom of this. We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Wes for you and try and get you your second date, okay?
Thank you.
All right, hold on. If you're just tuning in, we're on the phone with the world's biggest extreme ironing chicken song loving enthusiast named Penny. Which is weird because we've already had two of those on our show earlier this week. Penny's by far the bigger fan, though.
Good point, Jeffrey.
She recently made a joke dating profile with some of her friends and filled it with a bunch of random funny hobbies and actually matched with a guy named Wes.
Desperate must be.
The two of them went out horseback riding together and had a really good time, even though Wes apparently fell off his horse. They still shared a kiss at the end of the night, but now Wes has fallen off more than just the horse. He's fallen off completely.
Yeah, there it is.
Other than a few texts here and there, of course.
Right.
But we need to call him and get to the bottom of his mysterious disappearance.
A part of me thinks he got way more hurt than you think. And he may still be dealing with like some back stuff.
Whiplash or something.
no.
He may be in a brace. Who knows?
That would be awful.
Was the kiss at the end of the night, did you taste blood?
Oh, gee.
I'm just saying, if there was like a metallic thing happening, then maybe that's a good indicator.
I did not, but that doesn't mean he wasn't internally bleeding.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's good news.
Yeah.
Good news.
Okay.
I mean, I want to get to the bottom of this for you. Like, he should give you another chance.
Totally.
Unless he just wanted to hook up, but if he wanted to hook up, you don't go horseback riding.
No.
That is so much.
Yeah, I just
So much.
Sore after.
Yeah.
I just felt like there was good chemistry on both ends, and I really liked him. Like, if I did something stupid, like, I want to know.
Yeah.
He liked Tinder you, so I guess you just have to see if he liked you.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, let's find out. I'm going to dial his number, and we're going to get your second date. You ready?
Okay, yes, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hey, is this Wes?
Speaking.
Hey, Wes. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. How you doing?
Good.
That's good.
Who's that?
Hi, Wes. We're all here.
What's up, Wes?
Yeah, that's Brooke. You also heard Jose, and we
Hi.
are the group that makes up the morning radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Yeah, Alexis is here too.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm joking. Sorry, Wes, but
Mentally she's not, but physically.
We're a radio show, Wes.
yeah.
I get that, but why are you calling me?
Oh, man. The laughs don't stop with you, do they, Wes?
Well, we do a segment on our show called A Second Date. That's where if you go out with someone and afterwards, if they're not calling you back, you can email our show and have us reach out to that person for you to help you figure out the reason why.
Okay.
Okay?
Is that person me?
Well, you're the person that's not calling the other person back.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of people.
Yeah.
It was not very well
It
explained.
is. And I'm the person that's calling the person on behalf of the other person to see.
Just get to the point, Jeffrey.
No, that's good. Thanks for clarifying.
Okay, I just want to make sure. But no, the girl that emailed us about you, her name's Penny.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that I remember Penny or?
Wow.
No, I remember Penny.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you purposely not getting back to her?
I mean, we've been in correspondence every once in a while.
Yeah. But the vibe she's getting says you're not very interested.
The word correspondence says not really interested.
Pretty hot.
That's not funny.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not that funny, bro.
Okay.
Should have warned
See,
you.
that was Alexis's joke. That's why I just
That's
pounded her.
why, yeah, we don't count her.
Okay.
Turn her mic off.
If you really want to know, to be honest with you, I think I liked her a lot more before we met.
Oh.
When you were texting.
Why?
Well, I'll be, on her, page where we met online. I'm sure she filled you in on that and her profile page.
She told us a little bit about it.
Well, it seemed really adventurous. And I thought, why don't we have a fun time and do one of the things that is on her list and go horseback riding?
Wait. Wes, you didn't think that her profile was funny?
I mean, it had elements of humor.
Okay. I mean,
corresponding elements.
She told us about like the extreme ironing.
I thought that was great. I've never even heard of that. I would be into that.
Oh.
Okay.
She talked about it on the surfboard. How do you even do that?
I don't know.
It's really hard.
That's a good question.
I guess that's why they call it extreme.
I don't know if I want to ask about the chicken songs.
Yeah, she said.
That's true.
Oh, it's fantastic. I racked my brain for hours trying to think of one.
What'd you come up with? What'd you, like, Farmer in the Dell? Where were you at?
Well, growing up, I used to listen to some Southern hip hop, and there's an old school hip hop song that had, something.
Oh, Chicken Head. I love that song. Boy, chicken, boy, chicken head.
Is that real?
It's real great. It's awesome. We'll play it. We'll twerk it.
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay, well.
So, anyway, one of the things that she had on there was reverse horseback riding, which if you've ever seen any movie that involves people shooting on horses, it's a common thing. I said, I want to learn how to do that. So, it's something that she likes to do. She was on horseback riding, and then I go and try it, and then I fall off the horse.
Oh.
Oh, that's how you fell off the horse.
This is a lot.
Oh, now
I was in transition.
So
Okay.
slowly fell.
Pieces are coming together now.
You thought that she was being serious about all those hobbies.
Who would put that on a profile?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wes, I am so sorry.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's a cruel world.
Wes-
Penny?
Yeah, that's Penny. I should have told you. She's been on the other line listening, and she wants to talk to you. Yeah.
Wes, I am so sorry. I never thought someone would think any of that was real. I thought it was so over the top, like so ridiculous. I am
Yeah,
so
it was
sorry.
so extreme. I thought it was great.
Oh, I feel so bad.
So, wait, are you also saying that you don't do news rating?
No, I made that up.
What's news rating?
It's when you find out where news stations are going to hold newscasts and you go and you pop in the background.
Oh.
So you're trying to get on TV.
Instead of a police raid, it's a news raid.
I would love to do that with you.
It was just a joke. I'm so sorry. Same with the backwards horse riding. That was just a joke. Oh my! I feel so badly.
You feel badly. How do you think I feel? You know, I see this great profile with something. This person sounds amazing. Didn't even do any of them.
Well, Penny, you completely duped him.
No.
You basically catfished him.
No, it was a
I
misunderstanding.
did not think it was possible, but I am so sorry, Wes.
Dude, I think I think the important thing that you should concentrate on is not whether or not she loves songs about chickens. It's that you actually liked her. You kissed her at the end of the night. She said you guys seemed to have a real chemistry when you were forward horseback riding.
That's not funny.
I'm not trying to be funny.
I think she's
Wes.
being sincere there. Like, aside from all the quirky hobbies, don't you feel like you guys shared an honest connection?
I mean, yeah, we shared a connection, you know, but the whole time that we're there, I'm anticipating her just jumping on the horse backwards and us riding off into the sunset together.
Well, I mean, the reverse horse stuff can still happen, just on a later date.
I mean, have you ever done that? Have you ever ridden a horse backwards?
No, but I'd be willing to learn.
Hey, she'll try.
I mean, I know a lot of our second dates end with reverse cowgirl, but this is the first one that's ever ended with reverse horseback.
Yeah.
Well, you know, maybe we can try both. I don't know.
Hey.
That's the spirit.
There we go. So with that being
He's all
said,
loosened up now.
Wes, we would love to send you and Penny out on another date, and we'll pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, now that she's come clean and everything, and you know, I'm willing to give it a try.
Oh, look at that.
All right. Well, there you go. Successful second date. Congratulations, Penny.
I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
And I think there's only one fitting way to end this call.
I hope you're thinking what I'm thinking.
I think so.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
What?
Congratulations, Penny.
Song's okay, but overall, that's not funny.
Of course not.